everyone, welcome to another Stamp Chatter video. It has been a minute since I've been on YouTube. I thought it was just a couple weeks. It turns out it's been 2 months since I've posted anything. So today I'm going to make for you a really simple fun fold card. I don't know what the fun folds card is called. I don't know. I never do. If you know what it's called, maybe leave a comment and I'll then I can change the name of my video here, but I don't know what it's called. It's just really cute. I'm going to use Be My Valentine with the punch that coordinates with it. And I know it's not Valentine's Day. We're not going to use Valentine. We're going to use the bee though. And I also have a pack of the cute as can be designer paper. Oh my gosh. Aptly named. This is so cute. Anyway, there's only 3 or 4 colors in here. Petunia Pop, Daffodil Delight, Pool Party, I think that's it, and then black. Oh, Bubble Bath, I think, is the pink that's in here. So we're going to use these today. I have 1 piece left in my stash of Petunia Pop, so we're going to carefully use this because once this is gone, it is gone. Okay, so let's bring in, the paper we're going to use from that pack is this one. I already kind of have a piece cut here. That is the back side of it. Love the colors. It's just so bright and cheery. So I'll bring in my cutter and a full-size cardstock. We're going to cut it in half, hot dog style, as they like to say. So on the 8.5 side, I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. So this will be 4 1/4 by 11. And then I will score it at 5 1/2. Just like that. Okay, you can't see my score line, but it is there. So I'm going to turn this. Now, the measurement is kind of up to you. You'll see in a minute. I'm going to make it 1 1/2. You might make it a little bit bigger. You might make it smaller. Kind of up to you. I'm going to go 1 1/2. And I'm going to cut all the way down to that fold score that I just did. So I think I'll start there. So my cutter, if you've got a Stampin' Up! One, it's got a bit of an indent on the side. I'm just going to line that up with the fold. Push it down and push it all the way up. And I'm going to turn it and I'll line that fold in the channel here so I kind of know where I'm cutting. Again, I'm going to line up this cut line with that score mark in my cutter and pull down, and I just need to go up a little tiny bit. There we go. You can do that with scissors if you're more comfortable that way, or use your cutter. So now we're going to fold it this way. So this is basically our card fold. Okay, so let's do a quick inside. I'm going to take some basic white. I'm going to cut that down to 5, should be 5 1/2, but I'm going to do it 1/8 of an inch smaller. So that's 5 and 3/8, and then 4 1/8. That's going to be the inside. So again, I will have scant borders. You can do the 5 1/4 by 4 if you want a wider border. I just want a tiny border. So this piece here on the bottom, let's measure that quickly. That piece is 2 1/2 by 5 1/2. So this piece that I've cut is 2 1/2. So this piece is 2 5/8. And then I'm going to do the same as I did for the inside and go 5 3/8. Keep in mind when you're cutting your designer paper, if it's directional in the print, you want the direction to be this way. All right, so that will get glued on there. So let's just do that. All right. So it's been a while since I've been on YouTube. I do a lot of other crafts. One of them happens to be crochet. I love to crochet. And I was making my grandnephew and grandniece little stuffed puppy dogs. It was the first time I've ever done that while crocheting, so it was a bit of a challenge for me. A fun challenge, I should say. Anyway, somebody saw it and asked for 30 of them for their store, and so I made, and they needed them by the end of May. So thus my absence, I have been working feverishly to get that done. So I have 5 left to go. So it's taken time away from other things I love to do, but I am back. So let's make a fun card today. Okay, so I'm not going to glue in the inside on purpose. I want to put that aside for a second. I'm going to bring another piece of scrap basic white, and let's pull out a few pieces here. All right, let's take the bee body. These are 2 pieces of the body. We're going to do the wings. We're going to do some flowers. Do that with this flower on here. And let me see. I'm just going to put that there for a sec. Bring in another little block. Let's give him a little happy face on one block there, and his antenna over here. And I'm going to use this little saying, I love you no matter what. Okay, so I have all my pieces. Oh, maybe I'll use this flower as well. So I'll just put that aside on that block. And I think that's all I'm going to use. I'm going to use the colors that are in the designer paper. So that's Old Olive, Pool Party. Now, I cannot find my Petunia Pop, so I am using Fresh Freesia, which is pretty close, or at least close enough that it's not going to make a difference. So I'll use those 2. And you're also going to need a 2-inch punch. So let's get started on our card. All right. So I have this fold. Again, I've taken 1.5 inches off the top. You can make it 1 3/4. I guess just depends what stamp you want to use for it. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to turn my 2-inch punch around. Now, I've already marked the center of my circles, or my circle, because I just want to do half a circle here. And I want to be about 1/2 inch away from the edge, but not too close. Not too far away. And we'll just punch that out just like that. All right, I'll bring in my basic white, and I'm not going to glue it in. I'm going to line it up where I want it to be. I'm going to close. I want to do some stamping on the inside, but I don't want to go beyond this circle. So I am going to put a few little marks here that I'll erase later, just so I don't go past that. Okay, and here's my scrap. All right, let's make a bee. I'm going to close that for a minute. Just a tip here. I'm going to bring in my bee punch. This is called the Bee Builder, actually, and it works with the Be My Valentine stamp set. There is another set that's very similar. It's called Meant to Be. That bee in here is bigger than this bee, and it doesn't quite work with the Bee Builder punch. It's close, but not quite. Just so you don't get confused maybe when you're online looking. All right, so let me bring in some tuxedo. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. If you have a punch that has multiple designs in it, and the stamp set obviously is not, there's not one stamp here that lines up with these 3, then the quickest thing to do and the easiest thing to do is to make yourself a quick template. So just grab some scrap you might have lying around. I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to punch that out and make myself a template. So that I can put this here. Oh, it's not a wide enough scrap, is it? I'll bring in this scrap. I can put this here, and now I can line up my stamps. I can do that. I can take this and I can do that, or take my little heart. I didn't take that out, but anyway, you understand. You get the picture. That's the easiest way to use those punches. So let me start with the body of the bee. And oop, didn't put that on my block very well. All right, it's a bit juicy, this pad, so I'm getting, what do they call it? Get a bit stringy. That's what I call it. Okay. I also want another, I'm just going to do that. Okay, so I have some Daffodil Delight. Let's, oh, allergy seasons, my nose is going crazy. Okay, let's bring in the body. We're going to stamp that. I'm not going to use the template for this. I can just eyeball it like that. But I also want my wings to have some color on it, so I'm going to stamp off and just kind of lightly go over the whole image, just like that. And I can bring my punch back in. Put that aside. All right. I can just line this up. And if you're doing multiple cards of the same, this is really helpful. Not sure if you can hear my dog. I think the mailman is at the door. Anyway, oh yeah. Stop whining, buddy. Go lie down. Go lie down. I can't help you. Go lie down. All right. Concentrate. There we go. So I have two wings. I have his body. So let me take his face. Little smile. Go lie down. And we'll put the smile maybe like this. Cute. All right. So next step, I'm gonna do a little stamping on the inside of the card here. So let's bring in some Old Olive. And I don't need the body on that anymore, so I will peel that off, put the flower. So I find it's a bit juicy. I've been playing with this morning, and it's a bit dark, so I'm going to stamp off a little bit. And I'm going to do varying heights. Okay, so let's do that flower. This set has very tiny stamps in it. I'm always a little paranoid I'm gonna lose it. Okay, so I have some Pool Party, and I have my Bubble Bath, and my Fresh Freesia that I'm gonna cheat because it's inside the card, so you won't really be able to tell. It's very similar. Okay, flower. Okay, bring in some cleaner. Let's do Bubble Bath. And pool party. Yeah. Okay. My dog is not happy. I think the mailman was here and he's none too pleased about it. Anyway, okay, so let's do that. You know, I'm gonna bring in, I'm gonna be careful. I got so many pieces on my desk. I don't wanna lose them. The honeycomb, I don't know if this is gonna work. And let's kind of stamp in the background, kind of like that. Just give it a little whimsy. Okay, so I think that's good. I like that. So I'm gonna bring in an eraser. And I can find my eraser. I know it's somewhere. My eyes are looking. It's hiding. It's hiding, my eraser. All right, well, I might have to use the end of a pencil then. I can't find my white eraser. Seriously, hiding under a stamp somewhere, I'm sure. You know how that goes. Okay, so, oops. Let's just erase that. Okay, so now we can glue this to the inside. Let me just think. So depending on what image you're using, try and think a step ahead. If you want to stamp something inside, you know, make sure you put the circle. I used a 2-inch circle. Your image, maybe a smaller circle would help. Maybe you need a bigger circle, right? Like just stuff like that you have to play around with. Anyway, my little bee, I'm going to assemble him by putting a little bit of glue on the bottom of the wings. Oh, my nails, too long. Okay. So this guy, I think, I put his wings back here. Going to put, I think like that. I'm gonna put him here. Where's his antenna? Bring his antenna out. And some black. Okay, let's see. Because I'm gonna pop this guy up. So I will put his antenna there. Like that. Okay, now I need some dimensions. Again, I don't know what this fold is called. I saw it somewhere and I thought that's cute. That's a cute fold. Let's try it. And thus the card today. Okay, so 1, oops, 2, one more, 3. Oh my word! I don't know if the mic is picking up my dog, but he is beside himself that somebody is out there. Anyway, okay, so let's settle down. All right, just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna bring in that saying. Where is it? Right here. And I'm gonna use my buddy. Lie down. Down. Come on. Lie down. There we go. All right. I love you no matter what. Again, I haven't glued this in place quite yet. I'm gonna stamp this first. Just like that. I think there's one more thing we're gonna add, but I will glue this in place first. Oh dear. All right. This set, by the way, is not retiring, which I'm glad it's not because it's super cute. See, look, I found my eraser when I told the dog to lie down. Okay, I am going to put some ribbon on here. I found, this is called Fresh Freesia again. It's a really good match, even though it's a bit lighter. And I can't just wrap around this card, obviously. I mean, I could put a belly band and then the belly band would slip on and off, but I don't really like that. So I'm going to do a trick that I learned 25 years ago when I first started stamping. This was always the way we did ribbon on cards. I don't know why, and I think of it now, but you know the Fisker punches that used to do the 1/8 circle or a 1/4 inch circle? Of course I can't find mine, but I did find an old crocodile, so I thought this would work. So that tiny, tiny hole, I'm going to take my pencil. I want to put the ribbon here. So I'm going to put a little mark right here so I know. So it's about halfway between the bottom of the circle and the bottom of the card. I'm going to bring my crocodile in here and I'm just going to cut half a circle. So just half, so when I open it up, I don't know if you can see that. Oop, that was a little too small, I think, because my ribbon is only, sorry, as I concentrate, my ribbon is only 1/8 of an inch thick. So see, I have a circle now on the inside. This should fit. If I poke this through now, poke, it should. So I don't know why we did ribbon like this back in the day, but so if the card fold was on the top of a card, we would put the hole sometimes in the center here, and that's how we would, rather than just going around the card. I'm not really sure why we did that. Obviously we stopped because it, I don't know. But anyway, in this case where you can't just wrap around, it actually works quite well. So I'm going to pull that through and make sure that's flat. Bring in. Okay, and I don't think I'm going to do a ribbon. I'm just going to do a knot. Just cut that. Take that away. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. This is kind of velvety, I guess. So I'm not even sure. I don't even know that I've honestly used this ribbon yet. So let's figure out how it works. Make sure the velvet stays up on one side. A bit tricky. Okay, and then I'm just going to make a knot. I'm not going to fuss with a bow. It's not really a bow type ribbon, albeit soft enough. It's kind of one-sided, if you know what I mean by that. Only one side has the fuzz on it. So you'll have to kind of twist it so it's the right direction. Okay, so we'll do that. And I'm going to, I have scissors that are better than this, but they elude me at the moment. Okay. Right, not really liking my knot. It's a bit twisted, but I'll fix that. I'll fix that a bit later. But anyway, that's how we do a ribbon on the front of a card that might fold open like that. I thought that was kind of a cute little trick. And there's my card for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, I don't know what this fold is called. It's not really a fold, but maybe a gate fold twist or something. Not really sure. A half gate card? I don't know. I really don't know, but if you've seen it called something somewhere, leave a comment. Let me know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope to see you guys really soon in yet another video. So we will see you guys soon. Bye.